What up, y'all? This your boy Thick Meat Higgins, back at you with another one. This is now part 2 of my 5-part series on the principle of booty. Now, if you remember, if you've been tuning in part 1, I discussed the principle of bravery. But today, we will be discovering the principle of optimism. Now, before I get into this, if y'all haven't already, please visit thickmeathiggins.com to get your very own piece of thick meat gear. As I said in the previous video, I do not get any monetization for these videos nor for this program. So every purchase you make at thickmeathiggins.com goes to support this program, this life-changing program. So please, pretty please visit thickmeathiggins.com today. I will be posting the link in the description box. So just click the link on the description box and get your own piece, a very own piece of Thick Meat Higgins gear. All right, so let's go ahead and let's get into it in part 2 in the principle of booty. And today we will be discussing optimism. So optimism means to be optimistic, which means the feeling or showing hope for the future. The feeling or showing hope for the future. In other words, to be optimistic is to have faith. Now me, I have faith. I put my faith in Almighty God. That's what I put my faith in. And because of that, I am optimistic about the future. I do have hope. Because to get through struggle, to get through challenges in life, you have to have the hope and the optimism that the grass is greener on the other side. That something better, something good is going to happen. Now, you could put in all the work you want to achieve your goals, but all that works means nothing if you are not optimistic, if you're not filled with optimism, if you're not filled with that hope that your life will improve, that your life will change for the better, that your future is bright, that your future is filled with prosperity, liberty, happiness, freedom. All that work will mean nothing because the driving force behind that work, behind what you are trying to achieve, has to be optimism, which is faith, hope. Hope for what? Optimism for what? Optimism for a better and brighter future. That all the hard work that you're putting in right now is going to pay off. That you will see the hope and the optimism, that you will see the fruit and the benefits and the returns on your investment, on that grind, on that hustle that you are putting in right now. Because without being optimistic, all of that hard work means nothing. I mean, why do you get up every day and go to work? Why do you get up every day and go to your job? You put in that 9 to 5, plus overtime depending on what kind of job you have. What? Just to pay the bills? Okay. But you put in that work with the hope and optimism that what? You'll be able to pay your bills. That you'll be able to put food on the table. That you will be able to maintain a household for yourself, for your children, for your loved ones. Right? Because if you didn't have that optimism, you wouldn't get up and go to work every day. What would be the point? See, you have to be optimistic. You have to have the belief and the drive that something good, that something incredible is going to happen. Because having this lack of optimism, with not being optimistic and just getting up every day and just going through the motions will drive you to insanity. It'll put you in a state of feeling worthless, non-content, unhappy, unworthy. A person can lose their mind or become so numb to the world around them that they miss out on glorious opportunities, glorious chances to be able to become something more than they could have ever imagined in their life. So when you're putting in that grind, when you've made the decision, when you've assumed the bravery, which I've discussed bravery in a previous video, check it out in part 1. When you've taken on bravery, decided to be brave, to pursue the things, to pursue your happiness and your freedom, you must operate with optimism. You must operate with the hope that everything you're hustling towards, you're grinding towards, this hard work that you're putting in, digging deep down, getting your hands dirty, ignoring the naysayers, that all of that hard work, all of that time, effort, and energy is going to pay off. And that's what optimism is. That's what being optimistic is about. You have to have the hope and the optimism that as you're working hard, that as once you've made that decision to live a life of prosperity, that prosperity will come to fruition. That your dreams and your goals will come true. Now, it ain't easy to be optimistic. I'll be the first to admit that to you. I ain't gonna sit here and lie to you, say it's an easy thing. It ain't. You know what I'm saying? It's difficult. Sometimes it's easier said than done, but it is not impossible. And because it is not impossible, that means that it is possible. You can't go through life trying to make excuses as to why you cannot achieve your goals. But when you are in this state of optimism, this state, and you are being optimistic as you're working towards your goal, you will find that impossibility, that the challenges and obstacles in your way that are telling you that your goals are impossible, meaning that they cannot happen, is all just an illusion. An illusion. And that what you thought was impossible is actually possible. And you can make it a reality. In other words, I heard a quote. I read this quote, and the quote said, and I forget who said it, but they said that someone's opinion of you does not have to become your reality. You have to be optimistic and understanding and keep in mind that because people may do all of this and talk and denounce you and deny you and say that your goals are unrealistic and this and that, blah, 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 does not mean it is true. Does not mean that what they're saying is truth. Because it's not. Through being optimistic, you can make the impossible possible. I'm Thick Meat Higgins, and I approve this message. Stay tuned for part 3. Make sure you subscribe. Hit that bell to be notified for new content. And also, once again, please visit thickmeathiggins.com to get your very own piece of thick meat gear. Stay thick, y'all. Peace.